to become who we want to be as individuals. And at the end of the day, that's going to help us be a successful offense.
Man-to-man, one-on-one coverage because the safety rolls to Jefferson's side.
Jordan Love hit me up the night of the draft, just congratulated me, let me know it's time to work. A.J. Dillon was open arms.
Von Rock caught a ball with his thighs. We didn't even talk about that.
It was more of with his ass.
If he throws a good ball, this is a running, catching touchdown untouched.
Like, KP does like these flips after every win, and I'm like just waiting for him to do his flip.
To know that we still love each other, that's what football brings us.
Across the safety's face.
So you can tune in anywhere that you guys follow us on social media. Welcome to the Practice Squad Pod, March Madness edition. We're not talking about football today. No, sir. We are talking about probably, like, at least for me as a very, very casual basketball fan, still probably like the thing I pay attention to the most outside of football is this month of college basketball.
It's beautiful,
it's so
isn't
exciting. It's so fun.
You just look at the bracket, and you just look at all the teams. It doesn't even matter what the teams are.
Who doesn't love a single elimination bracket? Who doesn't
love a bracket in general? Something about I might get one tattooed on my back.
There we go.
And then, hey, listen, college football is trying to steal it. They're doing the same thing. Pretty soon that's going to be a 32 team bracket, right? Here we go.
Oh man. Yeah, you should get like a 16 team bracket on your back, and then at parties you can take your shirt off and write in whatever the conversation is via Sharpie. And that's anything, no matter what.
Anything. I need a bait. Oh, you need a bracket? I got one.
right here, ready to go.
Yeah.
I got your back.
Yeah.
All right, so that's what we're doing. We're talking NCAA men's basketball March Madness bracket. I'm pretty much here to play devil's advocate, if I'm being honest.
John's here to annoy me.
Yeah, pretty much, because frankly, I don't generally have a horse in this race in the first place. Oh, I might have to switch our screen sharing. There we go, just to fit this a little bit. So sorry.
You know what I'll say, John, before we get into this? I want to remind the people out there, go check TikTok, go check our shorts. If you don't believe me, last year I told you guys the 1 seeds would go down early. I said the 1 seeds this year are weak to me. They're going down early. I don't think there'll be any 1 seeds in the Elite Eight. And 3 of the 4 were gone before the Sweet 16 or in the Sweet 16.
I also had UConn winning it all last year and won my work bracket. So we love that.
It's no coincidence that, we know our shit here, guys. Okay, it's not just football. It's not just football. It's not just the NFL. All right?
I'm admittedly just good at guessing, but that's Mark can take all the skill credit for it for sure.
John might be lucky. I might be smart. You combine that, and it's a pretty damn good podcast to listen to. All right, that's all I can say.
All right, so let's get right into it. What region do you want to start with?
Let's go with the East.
Okay, we will start with the East. Top left. UConn against Stetson. I love me a 16 seed upsetting a 1. I do not think that's going to happen with Stetson.
Not happening here.
No.
Not happening here.
No.
John's championship team from last year stepping into this role. They're obviously the favorite to do it again this year and repeat. I'm not going to lie to you. UConn is a dangerous team to repeat, and we haven't seen that happen since the Gators did it way back when, but UConn wins easy in the first round.
Like it. All right. Next, FAU to Northwestern.
So Northwestern, John, has had a few injuries from some key players, and Florida Atlantic was a team we saw make a run last year. Now, is this FAU team done with their magic? Do they have more in it? They win this first game in an 8-9 matchup against Northwestern, but I don't think that they'll get it done against UConn. We'll just do the first round first, but I'm just kind of previewing.
I'm in the same boat as you.
Yep. Yeah, Florida Atlantic wins there.
Okay, San Diego State against UAB.
San Diego State, I think, wins this one with ease. They're a very, very sound defensive team. For a team like UAB that doesn't have that, like, flat-out we can shoot with anybody, it's tough because San Diego State makes you pay for missed shots. They play really good defense, and then they score in transition. They slow the game down normally. They make it tough on you. They wear on you. I think they win with ease.
Okay. Auburn, Yale.
Auburn in a blowout, maybe the biggest blowout of the first weekend. Auburn is incredibly athletic. They're incredibly good at so many different facets of the game. Yale is not going to be able to match that athleticism. They'd have to play with incredible pace to even come close to keeping up with what Auburn normally plays with. This is my 100% sure favorite pick of the weekend. No upset happening here. A lot of people like to get upset happy, and they do happen every year. Not here.
BYU at
Duquesne.
Duquesne.
Yeah, Duquesne. I actually think this game's going to be close.
So many silent letters. I hate it.
Yeah, I actually think this game's going to be close. But I do think BYU gets it done just with strictly on their size.
Okay.
Illinois and Morehead State. This is one of those like, hey, do we have an upset potential? We do have an upset potential. In a closer game than Illinois would like, I'm going to pick Illinois. But Morehead State very easily could somehow make something happen here. They'll make it interesting for sure.
Washington State, Drake.
So Drake has an interesting story. Drake is a team, their star player, the coach of Drake is his dad, which is obviously kind of unique to me. I played for my dad many years. There's something about that relationship, and usually when you have a senior in his last ever games playing for you, the team around you buys in. It's usually a very good team culture. I think Drake's got a little magic in him. I think that they upset Washington State in this first round.
Okay, first upset picked by Mark. Drake upsetting Washington State due to the
father-son, baby.
The father-son relationship.
Can't beat a story. Can't beat a good story in March, John.
Iowa
It's all
State,
about the views.
South Dakota State.
So South Dakota State's been a team that we are familiar seeing in this tournament. But this year, they're not the same team that they've been. Iowa State takes care of business in this one.
Want to move to South or West?
Let's go West.
Okay. North
So in the West,
Carolina.
Wagner. North Carolina to me, what I love about this region, John, is you got the North Carolina as the 1, you got the Arizona as the 2, and Caleb Love on that North Carolina team a few years ago helped take this UNC team all the way to the finals where they lost to Kansas, but they were a young team. Now you've got Baycott and RJ leading UNC, the 2 guys that didn't transfer out of UNC, potentially going to face off with Caleb Love down the road in this region, setting up for what I think is my favorite region of this whole bracket. So I'm going to pick North Carolina to win with ease here, and potentially see Caleb Love. We'll have to continue to watch and see if they're going to match up.
Mississippi State, Michigan State. Look, I got to give it to them, right? Izzo coaches them up. Okay, I can see him winning this first one. Are you in the same boat, Mark?
I am not.
Whoa,
Michigan State struggles to score. They got good vets on this team that have been there, have been in the situation.
A first round exit is what you were projecting now?
I have a first round exit. A lot of people are going to pick Michigan State because of the whole Izzo and March thing. Listen, you got them there more than they probably even deserve at a 9 seed. Mississippi State wins it here, representing the SEC.
Okay. St. Mary's, Grand Canyon.
So this one I really thought hard about. Every year we see these 5-12 matchup games. You're going to see a 12 seed win. It almost always happens. This was the one I really, really had my eyes on because Grand Canyon is a very good basketball team. I'm going to pick St. Mary's just because St. Mary's is a really good team as well. And it's not too long ago where St. Mary's was the team upsetting people, but they've become an established program. I'm going to pick St. Mary's, but I could very, very, very easily see an upset there.
Bama, Charleston.
Charleston's another dangerous team. This region has some potential upsets. Grand Canyon, like I just mentioned, could easily do it. Charleston's another team that could do it against Bama. I'm going to pick Bama, but again, like I said in the last game, I wouldn't be surprised.
Clemson, New Mexico.
So here we got New Mexico beating Clemson. Clemson somehow snuck their way into this tournament with a 6 seed. Way, way better than they should be put in this bracket. New Mexico, the Lobos, I like this team, man. I like this team. I think they get it done. They match up well with Clemson. Clemson just underperformed all year, and I think that because they fell their way into this tournament, they're not going to last.
New Mexico.
New Mexico.
Going for it. it's a stake in my brother's heart. We have talked a lot of trash about Clemson the past 2 days or 2 episodes, but he doesn't watch the show anyways. So what are we going to do about it?
Screw him.
Screw him. Baylor, Colgate.
Yeah, I like the Bears here. I like Baylor to win here. Colgate had a little magic in the last few seasons, but I like Baylor here.
Any relation to the toothpaste?
You're an idiot.
Dayton, Nevada.
Nevada here, I like to upset Dayton. Dayton as a 7 seed, definitely warranted. They've been really, really good all year long. But this Wolfpack team, they got some fight to them. And I like Nevada to take care of business in this 7-10 game.
Okay. Got 2 upsets on the West Division. Arizona, Long Beach.
Arizona wins. Caleb Love, he's going to be a star in this tournament. This tournament's full of stars. Every year, people rise up, and you're going to be talking about Caleb Love and hearing about Caleb Love a lot during these next few weeks. Give me Arizona.
Hopping over to the South region, Houston, Longwood.
Houston, they take care of Longwood. You know, we've seen the 116 thing happen a couple times now, but it's not happening this year.
Nebraska, Texas A&M.
I got A&M beating Nebraska here. Nebraska can shoot the ball really, really well.
I was gonna say Nebraska's got some shooters, dude. Who's that one dude?
Shooters, man. They got some shooters, brother.
They got some.
And that's one of those teams that can get hot and they could be.
Can anybody, I make a case? I've seen very few basketball games this entire year. Can I make a case for Nebraska? You know, little John Matt. They got shooters, dude.
Here's the problem with shooters, John. If they're not falling, it gets ugly quick. And I don't know, like with the pressure of March and everybody watching, Nebraska didn't perform too hot in the Big Ten tournament. But if you listen, John, if you want to override me here,
I'm gonna override you just this once. I'm picking Nebraska.
Okay, all right.
The dream doesn't end on day one for this team.
If they shoot well, they win that game. So that's what it comes down to.
All right, Wisconsin, James Madison.
Another game people love talking about because James Madison is an exciting team. They get a 12 seed. They get a Wisconsin team that really, really good in the Big Ten tournament, but most of the season wasn't that great. So Wisconsin plays everybody close. They don't lose by a lot. They play good teams well. It's a tough one, man, but I'm going to go with Wisconsin. James Madison they could easily pull it off, though.
Okay, Duke, Vermont.
Everybody hates Duke. Everybody would love to see Duke lose. Not happening this year, though. Not in the first round.
No. Has Vermont won anything in the entire state's life?
I'm not so sure, dude. But I do know that they got a decent team this year.
They're good.
But not enough to beat Duke. Not enough to beat Duke.
Texas Tech, NC State.
NC State had an amazing 5-day stretch in the ACC tournament, upsetting everybody all the way to their ACC tournament championship. I think they continue some of that. You know, team of momentum coming off the ACC. They blew through everybody there, blew out UNC for the most part of that game, and that's tough to do. I'm going to give NC State, the 11 seed NC State, they beat Texas Tech.
Oh, shit. Okay. Kentucky and our hometown team.
Do not don't try to even get close to overriding me here. This will be the second biggest blowout. The first round. Oakland is let's just say they don't match up very well with Kentucky's athleticism and pace of how they play.
For those that don't know, Mark and I grew up a literal block away from Oakland University, so that's why I'm throwing the hometown team in there. But
I'll be rooting for them, but
this team's gonna lose by 30 points, probably.
More.
Florida and the winner of
Boise and Colorado. I got that game on over here right now.
Oh, it's going on. Got it.
It's currently happening as we record. So I like Boise State to beat Colorado in this game. I don't even know what the score is right now. But I think that the winner of that game beats Florida.
Wow. Okay.
I like the 10 seeds this year against the 7s. It just, every year is different, but that seems to be a trend this year for me.
Then Marquette and Western Kentucky, which a friend of the show that previously came on, JP Kirby, big Western Kentucky guy. Happy that they're in the dance. Marquette's probably going to slaughter them.
Marquette's going to slaughter them. Yeah. So,
all right. That is round one. We'll move. Oh, wait. No, it is.
You got the Midwest,
we forgot the Midwest, which is honestly probably one of the most exciting ones here. Purdue is fraudulent, but they win this first game.
They do.
Utah State, TCU.
I like Utah State.
Okay.
The Horned Frogs, I don't think they have the magic this year.
Gonzaga and McNeese.
McNeese is really, really good, John. Really, really good. This has got to be the most interesting 5-12 matchup. I will be honest with you, because Gonzaga used to be the McNeese. They used to be this team that, like, what the hell's happening? Why is this team so good? And then they ended up becoming like a blue blood. And now McNeese has a season like Gonzaga used to have. Oh, man. I'm going to take McNeese to upset Gonzaga.
Yeah, I mean, not the same team, right?
Not the same team
that we're used to with I mean, what, Timmy's gone? Forever missed. How many years did he play college basketball for? Like 14?
I loved him, dude. I loved him, though. I loved him.
Who didn't? Who didn't? He was a staple. Kansas and Sanford.
Kansas wins. Kansas hasn't been what they're supposed to be all year, and I just worry that they figure it out at the right time. And, I worry Hunter Dickinson's going to figure it out at the right time. We have to see his stupid face every single weekend for the next 3 weeks. So they win the first round.
South Carolina, Oregon.
Oregon had a good Pac-12 showing.
Shit.
I really think that they are a team to look out for. They beat South Carolina.
Creighton, Akron.
Well, it's Akron, but you tried. Mac School. Did you see how they won the MAC championship, John, by any chance? Did you see it? So they played against Kent State. Kent State had a lead. Kent State, with a lead, intentionally fouled, thinking that they were losing. And Akron hit game-winning free throws.
No way.
Yeah, so barely snuck their way into this tournament, and I don't think that their trip here is going to last long. Creighton wins.
Texas, Colorado State.
Texas with ease.
Big. Hook 'em. Tennessee, St. Pete's.
Tennessee, one of my favorite teams in this whole tournament. Tennessee, look out for the Vols. They win.
Okay. Back to the top, East, UConn, FAU. UConn. San Diego State, Auburn. I like
Auburn. Auburn gets it done, creating a really interesting matchup with UConn.
BYU, Illinois.
Illinois wins again sneakily. It's not going to be easy for Illinois to get here.
Drake, Iowa State.
Iowa State, the Drake Magic lasts only one game. The father-son, it's good for one game. Great story, but Iowa State wins in the next round.
North Carolina, Mississippi State.
UNC, but this is a tough matchup for a 1 seed to get in the second round, I will say. If any 1 seed is going to lose in the second round, look out North Carolina, but I do think they win.
St. Mary's, Bama.
I actually have Bama beating St. Mary's in this game.
Hey, it's a close one.
The athleticism, man, of this Alabama team, I think is going to give St. Mary's issues.
New Mexico, Baylor.
New Mexico will keep it close, but I'm going with Baylor.
Okay. Nevada and Arizona.
Arizona wins big.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like Arizona got that one in the bag. Houston, Nebraska.
Oh, man. Does the shooting magic continue for Nebraska? For the Huskers?
Hey, man, that's how it goes, right? You're shooting hot. Might last a couple games.
I will say in my bracket, my personal bracket, I picked A&M, and then I did pick A&M to beat Houston.
So keep the continuity going. Huskers,
Huskers.
Making a Cinderella run.
I can't even believe I'm doing that.
Wisconsin, Duke. I want just the favoritism, the loathing towards Duke that we seem to share. Kind of want to pick Wisconsin here, but
I got Duke, brother.
Hate to see it.
I hate Duke, but
NC State and Kentucky.
oh man, NC State's had a lot of magic. They've beat a lot of good teams in the last 5 days or so, and I think it's impressive enough as an 11 seed that they're where they're at and are the ACC tournament champs. But Kentucky, Calipari, and the Cats.
The winner of Boise and Colorado and Marquette.
Marquette's a really good basketball team.
Cool. I'm just happy I don't have to say the winner of a hypothetical matchup again.
It is currently happening, and Colorado is it's a tie game.
Okay. Purdue, Utah State.
I got close game, John, because you know how Purdue is. Nothing's ever easy. But Zach Edey, I think that they're destined to get some favorable calls with that dude. At any time he gets the ball, it's a foul or a bucket. So Purdue wins that one.
Okay. McNeese, Kansas.
Oh, man.
Uh-oh.
Another close game. McNeese has the magic to do it, but I think Kansas figures it out. Hunter Dickinson, I think, has a big game and gets their team to the Sweet 16.
Oregon, Creighton.
I like Oregon to beat Creighton. Oregon's one of those teams I think that's just coming along at the right time. So I like Oregon.
Texas, Tennessee.
Tennessee, baby.
Not hook 'em. Sad. All right. UConn, Auburn.
I got Auburn beating UConn, John. I got Auburn beating UConn.
Can I push back on? Okay, I'm going to come in with my pushback here. Well, I want to hear a very good argument. MLA format, APA format.
I don't have one, to be honest with you. I just have a gut feeling that Auburn is a team that could get hot, that does everything well, and so does UConn. And this is a battle of the giants, man. In this game, like these are two really good teams. I just think I don't know. I think the SEC just I don't know. I think that they just have a little bit more depth to what was going on all year, and I think that prepares them for this. And unfortunately, UConn's magical chance at a repeat ends there.
All right, Illinois, Iowa State.
I got Illinois beating Iowa State. Again, in a close one. Illinois is going to have a close game every single round.
North Carolina, Bama.
UNC, baby. Give me the Tar Heels.
Baylor, Zona. I mean,
Arizona.
It's destiny at this point. I was going to say
Arizona. And when we do get what we previewed, we get the Caleb Love UNC matchup.
Nebraska, Duke. Shooters.
In my bracket, John, I have A&M beating Duke.
Okay, but imagine if instead it was a bunch of homies that husk corn. You know, they're husking corn, they're shooting buckets.
Give me Nebraska, I suppose.
Let's go.
If you're right about this whole thing, you either made our bracket or you ruined our bracket. With one pick.
I will happily take the responsibility for that.
We're going to look back at this.
Marquette and Kentucky.
Marquette.
Okay. Purdue, Kansas.
I got to go with Purdue, man.
Oh, man.
Zach Edey, Hunter Dickinson. What an exciting matchup, but Zach Edey is just too big, dude. And he has a right and a left. Hunter Dickinson only has a left hand.
Oregon, Tennessee. It's got to be Tennessee, right?
Tennessee, baby. The Vols.
Okay.
So you're looking at your Final Four.
No, we're not. We're looking at our Elite Eight.
Oh, yes, we are. Sorry.
That's okay. Auburn, Illinois.
Auburn. Tigers.
Expected it.
Finally, Illinois. They're close calls.
Nebraska. Shooters. Marquette.
Marquette. Finally, we get that.
Okay. Fun ends with the Elite Eight. I'll let it happen. North Carolina, Arizona. The transfers versus the non-transfers.
North Carolina gets the best of Caleb Love. The guys that stayed at UNC. They beat the old guy, their old friend. Rumor has it, John, with this transfer of Caleb Love, that there was issues with RJ, the other guard that was just picked as an All-American Player of the Year in the ACC. There was issues that they had the same interests in a female, and that there might have been some overlap. So that might have been what stirred the pot and created a reason to transfer. So I don't know if it's going to be like a lovey-dovey reunion or I hate you kind of reunion.
Sounds a little more like an I hate you kind of reunion, if those rumors are true.
Quality TV.
Quality TV. Purdue, Tennessee. Please.
Purdue.
Bro.
Just kidding. Tennessee. They'll choke. Tennessee. I like the Vols. I can't put Purdue in the Final Four. Tennessee is a dangerous team, and I think that they're the only team that can just match up with Purdue and put pressure on Purdue's guards. And I think that's where you see the folding. That's what happened last year. It just happened way sooner than people thought. But Purdue has always been fraudulent. They got a great big, but their guards are soft.
Can't have soft guards.
Can't have soft guards. Not in these moments.
Final Four. Auburn, North Carolina, or Marquette, Tennessee.
So I like North Carolina to finally beat Auburn and get back to the national championship. And I like Tennessee to beat Marquette and get to the national championship. And in the national championship game, I like North Carolina. I like the Tar Heels. I like Armando Bacot. He's been there. He's done that. He's been in this moment. I think when he gets to this moment again with RJ, they finish the job, and they're the national champs of this year's March Madness.
I don't know what I even submitted that bracket to, by the way.
Well, when we win like $1 million, we got to thank the Huskers, and we got to thank Auburn. And
Shooters.
Sure,
by the way, I'm going to be heartbroken if the Huskers are first round.
I'm going to kill you if the Huskers win, because this probably is a really good bracket. That is the one thing that we're like, all right.
Shooters.
John, if I gave you 100 3-pointers to try to make, how many do you make? No defense. Over under 4.
Over 4.
I don't know.
Mark,
I've seen you shoot a basketball.
Yeah, and you also remember that time we got in a trick shot competition and I won?
No, I don't remember this.
You don't remember that?
Did you dream this?
No. Remember, we were behind the net, and I threw it over it, and it went in, and you could not sink that same shot, and I won.
No recollection.
Mark, by the way, other fun fact about Mark and I's high school gym competitions. Mark broke my finger. He is my only sports injury. Missed half of my JV year as a result of us playing flag football in gym class. By the way, I always thought
Tell him how.
Yeah. So I always thought it, like growing up, right? If you ever played flag football, you would know that they'd make you play with shorts that don't have pockets, so they'd make you sew them shut. And I think most people are like, okay, whatever. Like that's kind of a stupid thing. Like, what are the odds? Well, the odds obviously are greater than 0 because I reached for Mark's flag. Mark kept running. My finger got caught in his pocket, and it just went with him. And so I had a spiral fracture.
I dusted his ass.
You did not. I got your flag.
I don't know if you did get my flag.
I don't know if I did. I feel like I
did not.
All right.
Dusted his ass. That's what
that
happened.
Wraps up this episode. Again, we are primarily a football podcast. However, March Madness is a special time. It's an American time of year, frankly. Maybe one of the most American things, second to 4th of July, Super Bowl, but it's up there. It's definitely top 3, top 4 for sure. And so we hope that you guys enjoy your March Madness season. And we'll be getting some commentary out as exciting shit happens, because exciting shit always happens. Upsets have actually grown a lot in the past decade. It is, statistically shown. You are way more likely to be a 16 seed and beat a 1 seed in the past decade than you are any other year that March Madness has ever existed. Why that's the case, I don't know, but it makes for freaking good TV, so we're all happy about it, right? So we hope you guys enjoy it, and we will see you guys next week with football content, probably recapping March Madness too. You know,
Go Huskers, go Huskers, go Huskers.
Let's go. Shooters. Talk to you guys
Shooter,
later.
shoot, shooter, shoot, baby.
Peace.